Coming up on Morning Drive, a major championship week in the California desert with players already dreaming about making the leap into Poppy's Pond as Lydia Ko did last year. In 3 minutes' time, find out why the ANA inspiration is so meaningful to the best players in the world. In 8 minutes, a history lesson on Mission Hills Country Club, how to become a part of the LPGA Major Championship schedule. And in 16 minutes, perhaps you'll be in Palm Springs watching golf. You need to know where to play. That's coming up. We leap into Morning Drive. Morning Drive. It's Tuesday, March the 28th, the year 2017. This is Studio AP Damon Hack alongside a couple of LPGA veterans and Paige McKenzie and Amanda Blumenhurst, three-time National Player of the Year from Duke University. Good morning. How are you?
I am awesome. I'm so happy to be here.
We're happy to have you.
Thank you.
I tell you what, a lot of our viewers might remember seeing you last spring in Oregon, the NCAAs, but you guys go way back to 06 at the Curtis Cup?
That's right. Victorious Curtis.
Oh, yes. Oh, pardon me.
Most importantly, and we not only played together, we were partners. In alternate shot format, which takes a lot of trust between the two of us.
That is Bandon Dunes. Amanda, you guys played great, did you not?
We did. See, got a little fist pump, wave. We had so much fun together, and I was hoping some of that video had been burned, but I'm glad. You get to see some great style choices.
The good news is we didn't pick out the outfits, but I feel like we sported the red, white, and blue well.
What was it like being out there in Bandon, Oregon, Pacific Dunes? I mean, this is quality golf.
It's the pinnacle of amateur golf.
Okay.
Really, was what Curtis Cup is, and it was such a thrilling experience to be able to represent your country. It was the first time for me to be able to do so.
It was my first time too, and having great partners, but then also just being able to represent your country. Golf is such an individual sport that to be able to wear red, white, and blue, it's something that all amateur golfer girls just, come on, make that Curtis Cup team. You really try for it.
Definitely a major moment in your guys' life, and this is a major championship week. These two have played in 9 combined ANA inspirations, so we're going to talk about that this morning. It'll be a lot of fun setting up the week. Let's say good morning to Lauren Thompson. What's up, LT?
Good morning, Damon. Well, I've already heard some great stories from Amanda and Paige from their earlier days in junior golf. We've got more great stories from them coming up on Morning Drive and more great stories ahead that will be made at Mission Hills. Big names there for the ANA inspiration, including Miss 59 herself, who got the chance to snap this shot and post it on Twitter with not one, but 2 of the former winners of the Annika Invitational, those who have represented the USA at the ANA inspiration. Good luck to Angel Yin and Simon Feng. Let's keep it moving right along with someone else who took more of a throwback approach in major champion Michelle Wie. She said she can't believe it's been 14 years since, Grace Park won the ANA inspiration. So many good memories from this place. Can't wait to make more this year. Hashtag Baby Weezy. I like that throwback from her. I also like this from Lexi Thompson. Now, she's won this event before in the past, but Brittany Lincecum, she has 2 ANA inspiration titles, but both of these ladies would agree that Nancy Lopez is certainly an amazing woman and a great role model for all female golfers in the game. Damon, what a week we have ahead of us.
It really is, Lauren. It's so fun to watch, and I imagine it's more fun to play in it. Ladies, why is this week so special?
It's one of the most historic majors on the LPGA Tour, and for me, it was always just the walk up the 18th hole. I think it was the one walk a year that I was always looking forward to. The fans in the Palm Springs desert are so educated. They've been out there year after year supporting this event, and with every single group, you don't have to be the lead group. You could be the first group out. They will give you a standing ovation when you walk down. I get goosebumps. I literally get goosebumps just reliving watching somebody else do it.
Wow. Paige, you played in 5, you played in 4. Amanda, what do you remember? Why so special?
The Poppy Pond jump.
Okay.
That is, I practice it in my pool. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Oh yeah, the flying squirrel jump, the side cannonball. I tried it all, and that's what I practice. That'd be motivation for me to practice.
Wow.
Thinking I want to jump into that Poppy's Pond because it is so historic. You see these amazing players, these amazing champions win and make that historic jump. I was actually on the putting green with Lorena Ochoa. I was the low am when still in college, and I got to see it firsthand. I got to see her make that jump, and with the mariachi band and how exciting. And I thought I want that to be me. I want to be her.
I'm still waiting for the triple Lindy. Rodney Dangerfield from back to school. No one's done that yet.
The thing is, and Amanda made this point, is that every little girl grows up wanting to make that jump. And every tour professional has it planned. I mean, I wanted floaties in my bag. And so it was one of those where this is the biggest and most prestigious event, I think, for a lot of the women out there to play for.
The jump is one of the things we wait for every single year. What's the history of the jump?
It's actually really unique. So we're going to take you on a road trip back in time, and starting in 1988. And that's when Amy Alcott spontaneously jumped in for the first time after her winning putt. When she won there for the third time in 1991, she took the leap with tournament host and entertainer Dinah Shore. Now, nobody else made the leap after Alcott until 1994. Just 1 month before the spring major that year, Dinah Shore passed away. And as a tribute to the longtime host, Donna Andrews made the leap in her honor. The following year, Nancy Bowen continued the tradition and made the jump. This time, in addition to the trophy, the winner was awarded a ceremonial and practical white robe. Over the time, the tradition has continued to grow. The tournament course was renamed the Dinah Shore Tournament Course, and a bronze statue of the late host overlooks the champions' walk and leap. The pond was redone with concrete bottom and filtered water, and was also named Poppy's Pond after longtime tournament host Terry Wilcox.
Love it, Paige. I tell you, when you talk about the filter, that pond used to have catfish in it. It was murky, it was dirty. Now it is very clean. And I tell you something else, the players who leap, they never forget it.
Oh, it means the world to me. I mean, I've always seen myself winning, well, the craft and disco at the time. I've always seen me jumping into Poppy's Pond. You know, it's just a huge honor to get my name on a trophy with Hall of Famers and just such big names of the golf industry. I mean, it's a huge honor, but to jump into Poppy's Pond with my parents, there was no moment like it.
You know, when you think of celebrations of tournaments and iconic celebrations, I think this is one of the tournaments that comes to everybody's mind, the jump in the pond. And I think the coolest thing about it is you get to see players kind of come out of their shells, and we all turn into little kids again when you get to jump in that pond. And it's one of the coolest celebrations. It's one of those you dream about having. You don't think about it too much because you don't want to jinx it, but then once it happens, it's hard to even put it to words.
I think whenever you walk around the pond there, you always think, well, if I win, what am I going to do when I jump in? At the end of the day, it's all in the heat of the moment, and you know, for me, I just couldn't wait to get in there. First time I jumped in, we didn't have a nice filtered, chlorinated pool. It was a dirty lake with duck cooing and everything in it, so it wasn't that great, but still felt all right when jumping in. But now it's quite nice, like jumping into a pool now.
Everybody just, I think, dreams of, you know, jumping into the Poppy's Pond, and to say that I've done that, it's pretty special, and it'll always be remembered in my career and in my life.
What a moment for Lydia last year. She became among the youngest ever to win a second major championship, joining young Tom Morris and Gene Sarazen on a very small list of highly talented, highly accomplished golfers. Lydia coming off a missed cut, trying to find some form in her defense, as we send you over to Lauren Thompson.
Yeah, let's get some more info on her now, as it's time now to welcome in Tim Rosefort, our Golf Channel insider, live in Studio AP. Good morning, Rosie. How are you feeling?
Good morning. I'm doing great. How are you?
Great. Doing really well. It was interesting to hear that sound from Lydia Ko. I know she would love nothing more than to have back-to-back jumps into Poppy's Pond, but she's not exactly entering the week in fine form, coming off of just her second miscut in her career. So at the Kia Classic, not the way that she wanted the weekend to shape up. I'm curious how she took that and where she did spend the weekend.
Well, she handled it well. Gary Gilchrist, her new coach, told me that she got over it quickly, and for good reason. She really just didn't putt well more than anything else. I had dinner that night with her mom and sister, and then had a chance to head down early to the Rancho Mirage area to prepare for her title defense and bring back some of the good memories. We're watching here putts on the last two holes cost her from making that cut. But really, listening to Gilchrist, she's not there to make cuts. She's there to win golf tournaments, and that's what the point is. And they haven't quite reached that level that she had last year at this point, where she started out so well. Yeah. At this point last year, she had 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a third in 6 tournaments. This year, she's got 3 top 10s and 5 tournaments. Again, she's not playing to make cuts, and she's not playing to finish in the top 10.
You were talking about Gary Gilchrist. Let's get back to him right now, because a lot of these changes that Lydia Ko made in recent months have made a lot of headlines, not just the change in swing coaches, but also the gear and the caddy as well. What has that transition been like for Lydia Ko from Ledbetter to Gilchrist?
Well, statistically, it looks like it's making sense, because she's hitting the ball further off the tee. She's hitting it straighter off the tee. She's hitting more greens in regulation. It gets back to the putting aspect. Really, last year at this point in time, with all the great finishes she had, she was first in putting. This year she's 87th, a little bit kind of like what Jordan Spieth is going through right now. But a lot of it, they feel like, as a team, was chalked up to, there was a lot of Poe in those greens last week at Kia, and they should be pure this week, where she played so well, made the putts that are necessary to win her first major championship, and then take that big, I wouldn't call it a dive, more of a jump into Poppy's Pond.
We'll hope all those good memories create nice form for Lydia Ko this week at Mission Hills. More from Tim Rosafort later in the show on the men, but first, let's keep this week's major theme rolling as we send it over to Damon Hack, who's standing by with our travel insider.
Indeed, Matt Janella is here. LT, it's great to see you.
Morning, buddy.
Mission Hills Country Club. This is a great facility, but it's a huge facility as well. What should the viewer know about Mission Hills?
Well, reading about it yesterday, I want to be a member here. Look at this place. You got 3 championship golf courses. You got 17-acre practice facility, 34 tennis courts, 10 croquet lawns. You play croquet?
I don't.
No.
But the boys play tennis, so I'm starting to play a little more tennis.
All right. Well, 17,000 square foot spot. You get massages?
I do get massages.
Okay, that works. 21-meter lane pool. Gary would love this. Gary swims.
Yes, he does.
And 2 bocce courts. So pretty nice facility there.
It looks tremendous. I'm from California. Seeing this just brings a tear to my eye. I love the Coachella Valley. What a beautiful place to play golf. And the history of Mission Hills is unique as well, is it not?
Yeah, late 60s, early 70s, 1972, Desmond Muirhead built their first course, what was called the Old Course. Arnold Palmer comes in and builds a second course in 1979. They build the clubhouse in 86. Pete Dye builds the third course, Club Corp, which manages about 200 clubs of a variety of sorts, bought it in 1993. And then the Old Course, in honor of Dinah Shore and her passing in 1994, was named the Dinah Shore Tournament Course, as Paige mentioned earlier.
You know, Desmond Muirhead has a unique tie to an 18-time major champion. What is it?
Yeah, not unlike Pete Dye, Desmond Muirhead worked with Jack Nicklaus for about 3 years and really laid down Muirfield Village.
Wow.
Doesn't get a lot of credit for it, but really was part of that project. So,
good stuff. We'll look at the finishing hole a little bit later. You have some great information. We've seen a lot of eagles and birdies to finish out the first major championship of the year. Perhaps you are taking a trip to Palm Springs this week. Where should you tee it up? I'm telling you, block to block, there is a golf course almost every single corner you look in the Coachella Valley, and perhaps you're in the southern part of the United States dealing with some pollen and allergies. Dr. Ara Sapaya is here to help you, find out what you need to do. Do you need 1 box of Kleenex or 2? Those questions answered coming up a little bit later on Morning Drive.
Achoo!